time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob in 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It is time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. It is brought to you by our friends at J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, Jason Beck, yesterday in his media availability, confirmed what we have all been thinking about Byrd Ficklin.
That's been the thing with Byrd, is he kind of fits our offense right now, both in terms of what Devin does, but also in terms of what's best for our team. And that is a run-first approach, a running quarterback, adding the numbers. And so he's kind of provided being a natural backup that way. And it's played to his skill sets. You know, there's the minor things of being lefty and working some things that way. But otherwise, yeah, it's allowed it to kind of transition pretty seamlessly.
What was he trying to say there?
That Isaac Wilson's not the backup.
Well, yeah, I know in your mind everything's about Isaac Wilson, but was he trying?
No, I think that's literally what he was talking about.
I get he was comparing the two, but we're all looking for the question to be answered: who's going to play? And I don't think he answered that at all. And then he said the backup. I mean, I don't think anyone thinks Isaac Wilson is the backup quarterback. I don't think anybody's thought that since like week 2.
Sure, but that seems like the answer. Or the question he was answering.
But he was basically saying, like, they're the same player, but they're not. But he's a nice backup because they're similar. I just don't. I don't know if that answered really anything.
No, I think
other than he called him a running quarterback, he didn't call him a dual threat.
Yeah, he said he's a run-first guy, which is interesting. I guess what I'm curious about, and it's a much more big picture, is if Jason Beck is going to be the offensive coordinator going forward for a longer period of time, and we don't know what that actually looks like. Are you able to replicate the success you've had this year, and then is that success good enough? You know, is that what you want to have? Is a one-dimensional offense something that Utah is comfortable having? And obviously the answer is probably no. They would like to be able to throw the ball more. I don't think they have the thrower right now. I certainly don't think they have the pass catchers right now either on the team to do that.
Oh, I think Jason Beck will be here. Who's making the decision, I think, is interesting because who hired Jason Beck, and I don't think it was all Witt.
No, I mean, Witt has said that he absolutely had Morgan Scallion on the conversation as well.
Yeah. So I would guess that, well, we don't know what's going to happen with Witt. So, yeah. I mean, but let's say that Witt retires and Morgan steps in, I would guess he would want to work with. I mean, they picked Jason for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. So that would be my guess, is that Jason Beck isn't going anywhere.
And again, you look at the raw numbers, you look at the total offense, Utah's killing it offensively. Now, they're not that versatile, and when you fall behind, it's really hard for Utah to claw back into games. But
what did people expect? I didn't expect Utah to be a throwing team.
No, I hoped there would be maybe some more easy throws that move the ball more consistently, and that's where I wonder if the pass catchers simply aren't there. I mean, nobody can get open on Utah other than Ryan Davis. Absolutely nobody can get open. It's kind of crazy to watch. Tight ends a little bit, and maybe J.J. Buchanan's able to continue to develop and become a better player. And he's been good as a true freshman, so that's not. I don't think he's the issue at all. But they don't have any speed down the field at all, so there's no big play guy in that sense.
Is that a scheme problem or a recruiting problem, though?
I don't think that's that hard to scheme, is it? Throw the ball far?
Well, it is if you don't have the people running. You're telling me they don't have anybody.
Yeah,
who
I
can
don't think they have the guy. I think that's a personnel problem.
Then it is hard. But I don't think they have the quarterback that can get it down the field either. I don't think the reason they're not competing or completing those balls has anything to do with scheme. I think it has everything to do with you don't have that guy throwing it, or you don't have that guy catching it.
Yeah, so you don't have the support on the front end or the back end.
I don't think that's the scheme's fault.
Agreed.
So, I mean, I don't know. Has his play calling been bad? I think it's been fine.
Yeah, it's been fine.
I mean, you probably could nitpick it a little bit, but
there's a couple of obvious fourth down calls that Utah went for against BYU that they probably should have kicked field goals. But that wasn't his call. Tried Dylan Curtis out there over and over and over in this last game just to prove, we kick field goals. We do. We can kick that. And It was a little weird, a bit of a weird reaction to what happened against BYU, but it's exactly what happened. So,
you know what I love about the vague term analytics, and we don't have to dwell on this, but you never mentioned what analytics, whose analytics, formula. Okay, and then everybody now, I noticed over the weekend, watching Big 12 football, made the joke like anytime somebody kicked a field goal, did the analytics tell them to do that?
yeah.
And it's like there's no analytics god. That is the basic book for everybody. That's what's so aggravating about Witt just pointing to the analytics.
Yeah.
Whose analytics?
Yeah, what analytics?
What analytics?
How big of a sample size?
There's not just some master plan out there that says go for it in this situation.
Yeah.
Do we have it? No, Bartle asked.
Was this against BYU or against Colorado?
Against
Okay.
Colorado? Oh, okay. Well, let's play it.
Kyle, did you subscribe to a new analytics site this week?
No, I did not. I never have. And people, I guess some people were saying, that I'm tied to analytics. I do exactly what it says. That's not, that's not a fact. I mean, but they're a great reference. And anyone in here that thinks they know more than the analytics, you don't.
I do like that Witt is willing to embrace some of that because I suspect early in his career he wouldn't have. But I would counter it, I guess, a little. Not counter it, but just add to it because it's a huge conversation. And it's a conversation that's being had in every sports coaching decision, front office, etc. Will Hardy yesterday before the game was talking about analytics. He says, analytics take such a macro look at everything. It's like, yeah, over 1,000 possessions, it's going to look like this, but you're not coaching 1,000 possessions. You're coaching one possession at a time. And while the analytics can influence that, it doesn't mean that it's going to work because it works the majority of the time on a big, big scale. And then you have to take in time and place, et cetera. And that's exactly right.
Let me make this point about analytics. I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't care what analytics you're using. I don't care if you are using a crystal ball. I don't care. But to hear Kyle Whittingham go, I make the decision. I don't have the. He literally said after the BYU game,
the analytics
said to. What do you want me to do? He said, what do you want me to do? Go against the analytics? And then to answer that question, he's like, no, of course I make the decision. I just use the analytics. What a tool. Why would anybody say that I just am married to what the analytics say? Because that's what you said.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Rick James, Dave Chappelle episode?
Of course, yeah.
Christian, Dave Chappelle, the Rick James episode? Yeah, of course not.
What?
There's one scene.
Really? You've never seen it?
No.
Do you know what the Chappelle Show is?
I know
Christian,
what the
Chappelle Show was a show on Comedy Central by comedian Dave Chappelle, sketch comedy.
In the early aughts.
It was really, truly groundbreaking.
It was quite funny.
But
that
neither
episode
here nor
in
there.
particular was quite funny.
World famous, yeah.
So Rick James put his dirty feet on Charlie Murphy's couch.
Eddie Murphy's brother.
And so and then it flashes to a clip of Rick and he goes, I did not put my feet on Charlie Murphy's couch. And then it flashes to another cut of Rick James and he goes, I put my feet on Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, I put my feet on Charlie Murphy's couch.
That's what I think about when I hear that. Yeah. Like, what do you want me to do? Go against the analytics?
I don't use
and then a week later,
I don't just use analytics.
I don't just use the analytics. Of course I'm making the decision. What?
Christian, you have a homework assignment. Before the Mammoth game tonight, you've got to find the Rick James Chappelle episode. It's just one of the great episodes in television history.
Did they only do one episode together?
Yes.
Yeah.
He also did a Prince episode about basketball, which was hilarious.
Fun. But the Rick James was the best.
The Rick James one is worth watching.
What did the five fingers say to the face?
Yeah. All right, number 2.
Slap!
Number 2, Utah Mammoth on a roll. They're going to look to continue that at Edmonton tonight.
They wrap up this road trip that they have already made an enormous success. But yes, I think if you could go and win on the road at Edmonton, you would feel extremely good about where you are as a team. They're already tied for the most wins. At least they were after their latest win for the most wins in the NHL. The best hot streak in the Western Conference, winning streak. So
they could lose 8-0 tonight, and they should still be feeling good about themselves. They've won 7 in a row.
Yep.
There's literally no outcome that could happen that they would come back from this road trip and go, guys, not feeling good about it.
I don't think we had it. Don't think
we had it.
Yeah.
7 in a row. We talked about how hard that was yesterday. And they've got everybody playing well. It seems like the offseason moves are paying off. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't be riding high and people shouldn't be super optimistic about the Mammoth.
Edmonton is 4-4-2. The Mammoth are 8-2-0. So yes, they've had a much better start to the season. And yeah, Bill Armstrong should be feeling absolutely fantastic because you're right. Their offseason moves look like they're really starting to pay off exactly right. And that's what J.J. Peterka's done with the second line, some of the energy that guys like Brandon Tanev have brought. Vanacek has been awesome as a replacement for Connor Ingram. A lot of the things they've done that you hope to have an immediate impact are having an immediate impact. And not to mention, you drafted all these young guys, a lot of them first rounders, but kind of spread throughout the draft, and Dylan Guenther and Logan Cooley. And we talked about Byrd Ficklin last week. They've hit. Like, they're hitting on some of these guys. And Byrd Ficklin maybe not to the level of a Logan Cooley or a Dylan Guenther, but he's a top-line starter. Sergachev, that trade has really paid off for them. Simashev has been a great addition and was a guy they drafted. So
all the Evs.
Ebbs and flows.
All the Evs are terrific.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. So
get me the Evs.
It's pretty. It's been fun to watch. It's an enjoyable group, and you can tell they like playing together. So,
all right, what's next?
Number 3, the Jazz. 3 games in, they're 2-1. Lowry dropped 51 last night. Is this real or not?
You know what's one of the things that the Jazz did not do last year for the first time in a long time was win games at home. The Jazz always win at Delta Center.
Yeah.
That has never been an issue. One of the reasons why the Jazz are such a bad team for other people to bet on, and I don't bet on sports, so I don't care, but you can set a low over-under and then realize, they always go 500 at home. And you play 40 games at home. So you're built into 20 wins. So that's automatically to get you, to a point where you probably don't have the worst record in the NBA until last year. And now through the first 2 games, look, that was not a truly stellar performance last night. The first quarter was awesome. It was a 12-point game at halftime. Jazz were trailing in the third. They blew a 20-point lead. They had a 7-point lead with 23 seconds left. Went to overtime. They're playing against a Suns team that is not going to make the playoffs, that was missing 2 of their 3 best players. It's not exactly inspiring. And they've already lost to the Sacramento Kings, who are also a non-playoff team. So they've had some fun performances, 2-1 in what is undoubtedly going to be the worst stretch of their schedule, the easiest stretch of their schedule these first 6 or 7 games because they play a bunch of non-playoff teams. I'm not sure I'm buying in that this team's going to make a run for 30 wins still.
Oh, I think they could. I think it depends on, health.
Sure.
But if they're trying, they can win 30 games.
If they are trying the whole time.
If they're trying the whole time, they can win 30 games. I have no doubt.
I think that's accurate. I don't know if the Jazz are going to think that that's in their best interest.
Yeah, because the NBA is stupid, and it's not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Call me pessimistic.
No,
but
they're going to play by the rules that the NBA has set.
I got it, but that's not how they're talking right now.
No, it's not. Nor is it how they're playing.
And I think it would be disappointing if that's how things go, even though it's for the best of the franchise. So if they do pour it on and they try, and Lowry plays 75 games, I mean, it's the modern NBA. I don't think he's going to play all 82. But if he plays 70 games, 75 games, and Keontae has made the step and he plays.
Which he always does. One of Keontae's best things is he plays a lot.
He plays. Yeah. And Walker plays, and these other guys come along. I mean, think about it, Ben. All the rest of the young guys outside of the 3 we just mentioned kind of sucked last night.
Yeah, they're really bad. Yeah, Bryce was terrible. Ace has not been good yet.
Phil wasn't very good.
No, Filipowski was not good. Phil. Chris Morris, by the way, in the last segment. Morris.
You conflated Stephen Howard
and Chris Morris.
Chris Morris, not management. Stephen Howard, management.
No one's ever been more management than Stephen Howard.
That guy was pure management. The day he walked through the door.
Yeah, had like the good haircut.
All of a sudden, so Jazz Marketing is like, excuse me, can we put you on a billboard?
Probably brought a resume to his training camp.
That guy was management.
Yeah.
What? By the way, if you missed our first segment, we talked about how Keontae can be a leader in kind of a unique way where he's not management. He's still kind of part of the crew. And how, certain leaders are management. They're an extension of the coach. Famously, John and Carl were both management. But maybe Brian Russell or Antoine Carr was a little bit of a leader.
Antoine Carr's the best example.
As not management.
Yeah. Guerrilla leadership.
Yeah, right. So we started separate. Like, is Christian management or not?
Management.
Pure management.
A plant.
I mean, Salazar is probably standing right next to him right now where we can't see.
That's literally my job.
Yeah. That's why we have to undercut him every chance we get, just to hold on to a little bit of power.
What about David James?
Oh, management. Yeah, especially now. Full-time David James?
There's no way Nate and Tanya agree with you.
Tanya was DJ's, assistant intern at KUTV?
No, yeah, I know. But I'm just saying,
she was raised in management.
And I mean this nice, but if you've ever had to manage DJ, which I have, he is not management.
I think he plays by the rules.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's breaking rules. I'm not saying he's breaking laws.
DJ's management.
But to say that DJ just falls in line.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
DJ does not just fall in line. No, he does not.
No, but that doesn't mean not management.
PK, not management.
Agreed. Not management. PK. That's why that show works.
Hatch?
DJ management.
Management. Oh, I'm telling you, not management.
Okay.
All right, stay tuned. We've got Jazz tickets to give away next. You want to do it right now? Okay, why not? You're the boss, Christian.
Management.
Yeah, seriously. Let's give away some Jazz tickets. Caller 12, 801-575-ZONE. You win a pair of tickets to go see the Jazz and the Blazers coming up tomorrow at the Delta Center. 801-575-ZONE. I haven't checked the latest reports, but I don't think Chauncey's going to be there.
Did you see last night the Clippers fans were chanting FBI at the Trailblazers? It's like...
Oh, you know who's the happiest about all of this is Steve Ballmer and the Clippers.
This.
Oh, he is loving it. He's like, wait a minute.
You guys are also under investigation. Maybe not by the FBI yet.
I'm not the biggest scandal in the league anymore?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, life is good for me.
Way to go, Chauncey. FBI. FBI.
Front row. Sweaty
Come
Steve
on,
Ballmer.
let's go. Stay tuned. More next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.